Hi, I'm Barbara.
And I'm Karen, and we're the Sync Sisters.
So today we're continuing with our series on iOS 11, and we're talking about the Photos app.
Right, the Photos app got some great new updates.
Yes.
Improvements to live pictures and people and
great and much smarter memories.
And drag and drop.
Drag and drop. So let's take a look.
Here we are on the iPhone, and this is an iPhone 7 Plus, so it has all the functionality of the new features.
Bells and whistles.
Bells and whistles, dual camera and such. So we're going to go ahead and go into the Photos app, and the first thing that we're going to take a look at is editing live photos.
Exciting, right?
Very exciting, because often I don't like the key photo it chooses for me.
And you can see as the live photo plays, oh wait, just back up a little bit. They had their eyes open,
right. or something. So I'm going to go ahead and go in to edit this live photo. And the first thing that you're going to notice that's different along the bottom, you're going to see a timeline. And I can just pick up and drag around and see all the frames, kind of like a little movie clip.
Right.
The dot shows the keyframe.
Okay.
So I can always go back and say, okay, that's what it shows for the keyframe. But let's say I want to pick this one.
Right.
And you notice it says make key photo right above it.
Yep.
Okay. And I'm going to tap on it. And now the dot has moved over here.
Great.
But notice that there's a grayed out dot above the original one. So you can always know what it was that it thought was the best.
Yep.
These are much sharper than the previous version of live photos. Most of them, the key was the sharpest one. But sometimes you'll still find a sharp one that you can choose.
Well, and especially in the case, like I said, of people.
Right.
Maybe they want it
eyes
shut. Maybe the eyes are shut.
Yeah. So that's a really nice feature. Another thing that we can do here is we can trim live photos now.
Right.
So no longer do you have to hold perfectly still to the very
right.
end. And all you do is get on either, you'll see the little arrows on the side, kind of like a movie. You just get on and you start dragging in.
Yep.
Now, I will tell you, this is sometimes
tricky.
a little buggy and a little tricky, but once you get it, you're in it. So
see,
if
the yellow outline came up.
Yep, the yellow outline came up, and you can just get on either side and drag in or out as you like to stop it.
Just like if you had ever trimmed your videos on mobile.
It's right,
same
exactly.
way.
So that's a really nice feature.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and say done, and now we've trimmed up that picture.
You can do some fun things now with live photos,
right? The next thing you can do, which is really fun, is you can kind of turn them into little GIFs, and you have some options. So if you're not in edit anymore, I think this is a little confusing. It's not in edit.
It's kind of hidden.
It's hidden. What you do is you just swipe up from the picture, and you're going to see effects.
Yep. And
we have live right now, but I can pick loop, and loop is just going to keep playing it over and over again.
Okay. I see that.
The next one over is bounce. This one's kind of fun because this one goes backwards. Forward and backwards, like, fun GIFs do. So that's kind of fun. Mm-hmm. And then the last one is called long exposure.
A little tricky, a little interesting.
A little different. What long exposure does is it blurs things that are moving.
Which, that looks insane,
that looks ridiculous. You can't even tell it's a dog anymore. So I'm going to put that one back on bounce, but I'm going to go in here to another one, and I'm going to show you this one, which... here the horse is pawing the ground.
Yep.
And we'll go in and we'll turn long exposure on. You can kind of see a little bit better what it's doing. I hope that there'll be some editing on this, because what good is that?
I don't know.
I don't get it. I've tried
I feel like there's something maybe about long exposure that we don't get, but everything that we've researched on the internet, we never see like an example where we're like,
we never see a good
that would be great.
Right, because it blurs it. Even a car driving by quickly, it blurs it so much you can't even tell it's a car. So
if you know of a good use for this, please put it in the comments.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let us know how this is working out. All right, what do we got? We got filters. Yes. We got some new filters. So I'm going to go ahead and go into edit. Now, these are also in the camera, so you can go ahead and apply them there. And if I go down to the filter area, they've refined and renamed the filters.
Okay.
So we have vivid. We have vivid warm, and we have vivid cool. And you can definitely see the difference between them.
And again, Apple, of course, makes everything more understandable.
Right.
Instead of some crazy names
that
make no sense to you, they're giving you vivid.
Right, and dramatic.
Right.
Dramatic cool, dramatic warm.
Yep.
And then there are 3 black and white versions that I think have gotten a lot better. I really like what they've done with Noir. I think
Right.
it's really it's very pretty. So they've
Yeah.
got some really nice new filters. I think I had this one on Vivid
Yep.
Cool. No, I don't know where I had it. Dramatic Cool, I think.
Yeah.
So that's a nice feature.
I think also, back when we were talking about the GIFs, there's a whole new folder for the GIFs, the animated folder.
There is. Once you turn something into a loop or a bounce, or I don't think long exposure goes in here. Whoops, I went too far down. Let me go back up here. It's called animated. And all of any GIFs that you've stored into the
Maybe
photos,
you imported some of them, or
right?
made them
or
yourself out of live photos.
They all come right in here, so
They
they're
have
all
their
in here.
own home now.
This is an actual GIF, and so that's kind of fun.
It is fun.
Fun to have its own album
Right.
for it. And the last thing that I want to
is the portrait. You can turn a portrait, which is
Right.
such a lovely feature of a 7+ or above, right?
Right.
No,
Right.
it doesn't. Not on my 6S, but
No,
soon
no.
I'll have the 10, right?
Right.
The X, I mean.
As soon as you can. So we're going to go into edit, and what they've done is they've added it. It's just really like turning on and off a filter or live photo.
Mm-hmm.
You see up on top it says portrait, and if you turn it off, notice the flowers in the background. I turn it back on and they blur.
Right.
And that's really nice.
really nice.
What it used to be was you used to keep the original, so you could have your portrait and your original, but now it's all layered in one, which is fabulous.
It's great. Now, the next thing that we're going to show you is one of my favorite features from iOS 10 was the memories. I love memories. I think they're fantastic. And with 11, they've just gotten much smarter, much more intelligent. It's working off that machine learning that iOS 11 brought to the mobile devices. And it scans your photos smarter and more efficiently. And it's created some really fun new memories. If I scan through here, we're going to come upon one, Fluffy Friends.
Right.
Yeah. So now it's picking up your pets. It'll pick up birthdays, birthdays over the years.
Right.
So it'll be the same person, and it's smart enough to know this is, a birthday event over a number of years for the same person.
Right.
It'll do it for sporting events, some performances, weddings. So it's just really, really nice. And another neat feature, if I go into a memory, and of course, you can play the slideshow. If I tap on that, what it's doing now is it will optimize for horizontal or portrait or horizontal. So here, if I switch my phone, see how it optimized the photo. It changed it.
Yeah.
So it's displaying on whatever orientation you have. It's displaying your memories.
Right.
Nice.
It's
So
really a nice feature.
It's just gotten a lot smarter and more efficient. And now I'm going to take it out of memories. Another new album that really got improved with 11 is the People's album. Mm-hmm. So if I go up, here's our People's. I'm going to tap on it. And right away, wow, I noticed this is a really nice new interface.
It's very graphical.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
You can see their big pictures of people. And here at top are my favorites. And they even have bigger photos.
Right.
And then other people are down below. And I believe, it's finding of the people, again, with that machine learning is smarter, more efficient.
Much smarter.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a really cool feature is merging people. Like here we can see, here's our dad. There's 2 pictures of our dad, so we want to merge it. All I have to do is tap on one and hold it and drag it over the other one. And boom, it's going to say, is this the same person?
Yeah.
And you say yes.
And now they're in one.
And then it made one, and I could tap on it to tap on it to favorite it. You can name it.
Yeah, name it. Name it Dad.
Name it Dad. There we go. And it's going to put it up at the top. There he is. So the People's, I just think the way the whole thing looks is just fantastic.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
And the fact that it also syncs across to all your other devices.
I forgot the most amazing thing. That was so irritating. You had to set up your People's on your phone. There are People's on your Mac. There are People's on your iPad.
Yeah.
Now it's all synced, which
Right.
makes total sense, right?
Fantastic.
I always wondered why wasn't it synced with
Right.
iCloud and everything, but
Right.
now it is.
Yep. And so the next great feature that we're going to tell you about is called drag and drop.
Which is a little tricky.
It's a little tricky because you got to be in the right area.
So bear
okay?
with us.
Don't try it from the albums area. The albums that they set out for you, all
ones.
photos, favorites, people, it doesn't work here. You got to go down to the area that's clearly marked My Albums.
The ones you've created.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go into one folder here, and I want to take one of these pictures. So now if you've watched our video about the interface, we talked about the two-handed moves that you can now do. So you got to set your phone down.
This is a two-handed move, so put your phone down.
Two-handed move. So with my right hand, I'm going to tap and hold on a picture, and I'm going to move it. And you're going to see that it's moving. And then what I'm going to do with my left hand is tap on albums in the upper left.
And it moved you back and kept that picture.
It moved me back, and now I can go ahead and drag it over this album and drop it in.
And I put it in there.
And now it's in here.
And you could do multiple ones, right?
You can do multiples too. Yes, you could come in here and you can tap and drag, and then start tapping on other pictures, and it'll add them to the stack.
Yep.
Again, tap on albums to go back out of here, and then put it into a different album.
Yep.
And now they're in there.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah. And note that it's copying them. It still kept them in the original one. Yeah, it's just a pointer. It's not taking them from one to the other. It's
didn't realize that. It's not moving it. It's adding it somewhere else.
That's right.
I wish it worked with the preset albums, but maybe that'll come later.
Yeah, maybe it will. But you can't, if you think about it, it's only the ones that you've created and that you can move things around in already. Like you can reorder pictures within your album. You can't do that in any of the presets. I wish you could. I agree. And the last thing that we should talk about is that with the camera app on the newer, let's go out. Yeah, we can see in here. On the newer version of the phone, the 7 or up, you have 2 times better compression, which means twice as many photos on your device.
Right.
Which is really going to be fantastic for a lot of people who take a lot of pics.
Yeah. So I think the Photos app got some really fun and useful updates, so we hope you enjoy it.
Thanks for watching the Sync Sisters Tech Bit.
And please subscribe to our channel.